questions. So I guess the first one here is what here is not what it appears to be.
That's not a real cultist. That's an imposter.
Gee, Jiminy
Huh.
Willikers.
Oh, my. Oh, no.
What happened here recently?
The cultists raided this room, and things have apparently gone really poorly.
Who's really in control here?
Fred is in control of that room. No one's in control of the hallway aside from you guys.
Yeah, I take my hand off my blade and I turn to Wilhelm. That's not a cultist.
It's like, and I put my I like put my hand on his shoulder, like passionately. You really are a perceptive man. I kind of like rub some blush off in like the top of my forehead.
Oh,
like,
that's not good.
And I say, no, at the top of my forehead.
No, did you not hear that scream?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It's just my one memory.
That was the scream you heard when you were in the bathroom.
That's just one of my memories.
Huh.
They're watching a show. So I rub some nose on the top of my finger. So like you see that I have blush applied, and I say I disguise myself as a cultist. They think I'm someone I'm not. I think I know why. I'll explain later. We have to get out of here.
Yes, I quite agree. Thanks to Wilhelm here, I think we're going to have some trouble in this town. I need you guys head downstairs and get to the exit. I've got to go and grab my
I
armor.
say, like, let's just get on the path back. Let's just get on the path that we came towards in the carriage.
Right. Look, you guys head downstairs, I'll meet you. I've got to grab my stuff quickly.
Right? Okay.
Sure.
Alright.
So I-
Wilhelm. Alright, I am keeping my I put my hood back on and I'm motioning Wilhelm to follow me. I'm just quietly quietly making my way down the stairs and out the door.
Well, let me just take a jaunty walk.
Yeah, if you're going to go back past the door again, at this point the cultists are probably going to be leaving soon. Roll, dex for stealth.
Wasn't it at the end of the hallway though, before,
hey.
like, after the stairs?
No, the door is right by the stairs. It's the one closest to the stairs.
Oh, okay.
If they're going back, they...
What was that, Eric? Roll dex?
Oh my god.
Amazing,
Yeah,
you've turned
I'll
every
actually-
stat but charisma into a dump stat.
If...
Wait.
If...
Wait. For my end, it shows that white mask rolled charisma.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just changed myself to that.
Oh. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, well,
Willem
if,
needs to-
actually, honestly, if you had rolled a 10+, I would have let you disguised Wilhelm, too, but nah.
Oh, god
This
damn
only
it.
worked on yourself.
Yeah,
Roll dex
yeah.
Oh,
Wilhelm.
I really wish. Can he just disguise me with the shitty mustache?
You could not go past the door, you could go with Roderick, if you don't want to roll dex.
Willem is like, screw this. Just goes with Roderick.
Oh, okay.
All
So
right.
I don't really care that he's not following me. I'm just getting my way. Like I'm just trying to get myself out of the town borders.
Alright,
Right.
sure, go ahead. You go downstairs. Do you want to just go out the front door or look for a back exit or something?
I'll roll certain realities to
Alright.
see if it's safe to go out the front.
Ask one question. I'm assuming is there an alternate exit or something?
Well, it's more what should I be on the lookout for, I guess.
What should you be on the lookout for?
Just looking for that would be the closest approximation. Just to get out of here unnoticed.
I would be on the lookout for alternative exits that would probably be stealthier.
Oh, okay. How many windows are in here?
There are no windows in this room. Doors. There is the door to the bathroom, which has like a tiny window you might be able to crawl out of. There's a front door, and there's stairs leading upstairs, and there's a kitchen door behind the bar.
I'll go into the bathroom and crawl out that window.
Okay.
Considering.
This sort of leads you to the side of the building, essentially. You're still actually kind of on a main street, but not as much a main
Yeah.
street as you were before. You see the alley that goes behind the building, which is
Yeah.
where your windows would let out, like where your rooms were facing. And there's
Okay.
also Main Street.
I'll roll dexterity to crawl out.
Yeah, sure.
All right. At least the garden here is
Oh,
knocked out
sorry.
cold.
I thought you had already gone
Yeah,
out.
at least the guy in here is knocked out cold.
Yeah,
Okay.
there.
Alright, so I'm out the window.
Yep,
Alright.
out the window. You see the thing. Do you go anywhere or just wait around?
I'm looking around. Are there any cultists standing guard outside
Nope.
the restaurant itself, or how busy is the
Not
street?
that you can see. You can't.
Okay.
There's no one on the street. The street's deserted. Like I said, there's a back
Okay.
alley behind the restaurant, and there's the main street.
Okay.
Um,
I'm going to make my way towards the path out of town.
Either road would get you there.
Yeah. Wait, what are the two roads that I have to choose
Back
from?
alley and the main street.
I'm taking the back alley to the outside of town.
All right.
Back to the path.
Rod and Will.
So I just like after I send them two downstairs, I walk back into my own room at the inn, and I just start collecting my gear. Like I throw on my chainmail armor, make sure all my possessions are in order. Notice I left a few books around. Immediately realized that was quite a foolish thing to leave those out in the open when they busted in.
Yeah.
If they saw holy texts. I stash those, and I just leave back out. And I look at the stairs for a moment, and I look back
Actually,
into...
I'm gonna say, sorry, I have to go back to, White Mask. From the alleyway, you can see two rooms lit up. One sort of on your left, near where the staircase was, and one that would presumably have been your room.
Yeah, I was about to go and check the window on mine, see if I could,
Yeah.
avoid the stairs and just
Okay.
clamber out the window.
Well, personally, I pay it no mind. I'm just getting to the outskirts of town, and I'm going to wait for my companions there.
Okay, let's cut back to your companions then.
I walk over to the window, and I, check to see if it'll open.
Yeah, pushes open fairly easily. There's not really much to climb down, but it's not that big. It's, a one-story jump.
Yeah, I figure... I look at that and I'm like, I've had worse in my days. And I just, clamber out of it.
Roll dex for me if you... Actually, or roll con if you're just basically dropping. You can choose to try and climb down or just jump down and take the...
Yeah, I just jump down.
Oh yeah, Wilhelm just pokes in and sees you do that and just jumps after you. Ho!
Alright, also roll con.
He just does a straight dive out of the window.
Alright.
Better than me, too.
Wilhelm just, lands squarely is fine. Roderick, take 1 damage.
Yeah, I just kind of, drop and I land really hard on one leg and just grunt in
Actually,
pain.
you guys know, do you know, how, Power Rangers Super Sentai, how they usually jump, old, tokusatsu stuff, how they jump with their arms out and, kind of arc? He jumped like that.
I look at Wilhelm as I'm, pulling myself back up, kind of limping a little bit now, and I just say to him, how old are you, Wilhelm?
30s.
30s. Treasure what youth you have left. I look up, and then I think, I hope they don't question the open window too hard, but then they don't seem to question much.
Okay, so yeah, now there's more and more shouting, through there. You hear the woman scream, and then the screaming stop. More and more candles are being lit inside. All of a sudden, you see, a few, balls of fire being thrown from a nearby rooftop onto that building, and see it catch ablaze as more and more as more and more commotion is heard inside.
The people throwing the fireballs from the other rooftop, they just burned the building we were in.
Yes.
I look up, are the people throwing the fireballs, are they wearing similar attire to the other cultists, or are they...
I'm gonna say discern realities to try and see these people.
Okay. 7. What here is not what it appears to be.
The people throwing fireballs are not cultists. Or at least they're not members of the Order.
I look up at them and I turn to Wilhelm. I look back and I'm just like, how many people were sleeping at the inn besides us?
I don't know. Do you expect me to keep track of that?
You're just having this conversation.
Well, yes, that building's on fire now.
Actually, yeah, what do you two do?
I actually immediately turn and start running back for the main door.
Damn!
Really?
Yeah, is this setting a building on fire with innocent people inside?
Okay.
Batman.
Alright, burst into the building, yeah.
Yeah, I kicked
Actually,
through.
there is a back entrance that you can see from the back alley.
Okay, I run inside. Not
It's
even
locked.
really paying attention to.
First of all,
to
no, the back door, you try and open it, and it's locked. You can roll strength to try and break the lock.
I will do that. 8.
Alright, 8. It takes you a few kicks, but you manage to get in. The building is properly on fire, though. There's not too much down on the first floor, but you can see the light, and there are screams from upstairs.
I run through up to the stairwell.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, just trying to basically be in the flame for as little time as possible. I'm covering my mouth and running. I'm just listening for what rooms seem to have screaming coming from them.
Okay, obviously the first room where the one was, they're screaming, but not fearful screaming. You can hear Roderick shouting orders. You see, actually, do you have your sword out?
At this point, it's on my person, but I don't have it out. I'm more concerned about getting people out rather than fighting cultists.
Gotcha. Several cultists charge out of the room, swords at the ready. They sort of look at you, and most of them move past, but one says, "Stay here," and calls to Fred. Fred comes out of the room and sees you, and just sort of barks, "What are you doing?"
Well, I'm currently in a building that's on fire, and you just tried to lock me in a bathroom. I should be asking you that question.
It's the damn Brotherhood. They've set their dogs upon us.
Oh,
And
yes.
then he's like, if you want to prove your loyalty, there are cultists on that building. Give them no mercy. Show them the might of the Order.
I just look at him. I have no care for loyalty right now. There are people inside this building. You go deal with them. I'll get these people out.
Frederick sort of bellows in rage and turns away and continues to command his men.
I swear to God, these people. I basically start kicking doors in to try, in case there are people
Alright,
inside.
Actually, just a question. Is there a window in the room Snake is currently in?
Well, I'm in a hallway right now.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Wait, but so you kick in a door, you see a person inside, going through their bags. The room is on fire and they appear panicked.
Just tell them to fucking run. Not so many
and
words.
so you've burst into the room. They see you and take out a knife and start charging at you. Defy danger.
I'm gonna defy danger with con. I throw my shield up. I just get
Eric,
out.
just a question.
Okay.
What
Yes.
floor is this on?
They're on the second floor now.
Oh, good.
11.
White Mask is just impatiently tapping his foot at the entrance.
Do you not see the fire from where you're standing?
Oh, no.
Alright, yeah, you knock the person down, and they just sort of mutter heretic scum, and, still have their knife pointed at you.
I just gotta yell in anger. You tried to save someone. I'm just gonna pick him up and throw him through the window.
Alright, go ahead.
What do I roll for that?
Roll strength.
I just pick him up. Alright, let's see if this goes well. But yeah, 11. What I do is I just grab him by the scruff and one by the torso. I just pick him up and I say, "You call me heretic scum, but you'll appreciate this later," and I just throw him out the window.
Actually, oh
Okay,
god.
let
Wait,
me,
wait, wait. Is it on the same side that we jumped out of? Because if so...
Oh, actually, can I ask a question here?
yeah, that he did throw out the side to where Wilhelm is, yeah.
Can I just also here? When you enter a dangerous situation, lose all previous valor. Do I gain valor in this instance?
1 second.
Okay. Because
Yeah, go ahead.
So okay, am I acting to protect another? Well, that's kind of vague. I'm acting to
Yeah.
just protect innocence. So yeah, that's one
You're
valor.
protecting us? Yeah.
Are the odds against me in this case? Greatly.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's 2
fire.
valor. Am I acting? Well, yeah, I'm acting without expectation of a reward. I just ran into a burning building, even though there are people in there who will be suspicious of me.
Alright,
we'll-
Wilhelm, you see a man fall to the ground below you. He's somewhat scratched up from broken glass, and he's hurt by the, fall. He's sort of...
Actually,
groaning
Eric,
on
I
the
was
ground.
gonna say, can Willem roll to just catch him?
Okay, yeah, you can try.
What do I roll?
Dex.
I ain't letting people die.
Alright, yeah, he's just cut up by the windows.
Hello. That will be 5 gold for saving you.
He just sort of shoves you away and then immediately charges. He finds the back door to the building across and charges in without saying anything to you.
Actually, can I quickly grab him and like, no, you pay me?
You can try. Yeah, roll strength.
Do I roll strength for that or
Yeah.
dex?
No, that's strength. You're trying to stop him. Okay, let me actually refresh myself on how this works, because Dungeon World does actually cover this. Okay, yeah, the person... You manage to sort of grab them, but now they turn and attack you. They deal... Sorry. They roll 1 damage.
Oh, my arm! It just bounced off my armor. And
One second, give me a minute, because I feel like something's not working.
Yeah, bullshit.
Okay, no, it's fine.
Well, I'm
I've just been rolling. I've rolled like 5 ones in a row.
Willem is like, oh, fine. The rescue. Well, you don't have to pay for that rescue. Willem grabs him and like throws him conveniently into a pile of shit. I hope
you have to roll for that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. So rolling strength.
Yes, rolling strength.
Oh, god damn it!
Oh, 6. It doesn't work. You sort of push him away, but it did not successfully attack him. He now charges at you. Roll to defy danger.
Okay, just gotta remember what defy.
It's up to you.
Okay.
You can choose which.
By powering through. Well, I'm gonna roll power by powering through.
Okay, so you just straight up like counter charge then.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, it would be like that. It would be like Willem comes with like a fist going. Actually, yeah,
Okay,
he headbutts him in the stomach.
Alright, so now you're at a point. You can either take that roll, you can either defy that danger and be fine, but your charge will kill this guy, or you can let him charge into you and, deal his damage.
Wow. Willem is not aimed out to kill, so he's just gonna have to take it then.
Alright, then...
Are we all Batman right now? With no kill rule?
You take 4 damage.
Yeah, that's actually the thing. Like, only I'm the one who's trying to avoid murder, it seems, but he doesn't. Sweet as well, I guess.
Well, Willem is not feeling like killing, but it's like, God, oh, you're planning to do that? Fuck it, Willem just grabs him again. Is just gonna throw him.
Roll strength.
What?
You're not all that strong, it would seem.
Jesus Christ.
Willem
Okay,
is very strong.
This time he just sort of tries to... He's landed by the door, and he abandons the struggle, and again goes to enter the building.
Hey, come back here! We're not done here! Willem chases after. We're not done here!
Okay, he's entered the building, so you now enter the building after him. Let's cut back to Roderick for a bit. So now that happened, what do you do?
Well, after I threw him out, I didn't even, break pace. I didn't even check to see how he landed. I just, turn, run back out the room, and start looking for other rooms to kick in.
My mask is doing crosswords.
The next 2 rooms you enter just are people either in cultist robes or just in regular robes, firing with open windows, firing arrows towards the rooftop of the other building. Occasionally you see the people inside are either dead or are on fire, screaming.
I just look at them.
But they're all cultists, engaged in battle. They're not paying any attention to you. If you try and distract them, they're just hostile towards you.
Yeah, but I do see that they've just left people to burn. And I just take note of that for later for these people. I just keep looking for a room with someone...
You say that, okay, it's not until 5 rooms in you get to someone, or someone, before you can even kick in, the door bursts open, and a family runs out screaming.
I am just, yeah, I show them the way out, basically. I make sure they don't get caught in the fire, basically guide them.
Okay, the fire's gotten pretty bad by this point. You hear more and more screaming and fewer arrows as more and more of the cultists catch on fire. Wilhelm isn't there in the alley now, and you can, like, still hear Fred screaming orders in the building that's still on fire.
Where is Fred at this point?
Fred is still in that room.
In
Do you
which
run back into the building again?
Well, I
In the
guide them
room
out, and then
you
I head
last
back
saw
in.
him
I go back in to
Alright.
check if there's anyone else.
Okay. The building's pretty on fire now. Defy danger dexterity to not get hurt by anything.
Okay, but basically at this point, alright, actually, there's no one left in the building, is there? Besides
There might
these
be.
lot. Okay,
There
well,
are still some.
Hey.
There are a few screams, but it's just hard to tell the difference between
Cultist
screams
scream.
of burning and, screams of innocent people.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Ah, a burning.
Alright, at one point there is a room down a hallway. There's also something about to collapse on you. You can either take the damage of it collapsing on you, or avoid it, but then there's no way to get to that doorway. You don't know what's inside of it.
I'm gonna spend some valor.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna spend valor, an obvious and intimidating display of divine authority.
Alright.
So basically, like, just as it's about to collapse on me, this is kind of like sound fucking weird as the floor gives out from the weight, from the burning, and it just basically falls through before I even get there. Like, there's basically a hole in front of the door, but the doorway itself is clear. It just
Alright.
fell through.
Alright, so I'm assuming you're kicking the door?
Yep.
There are two people inside, a man and a woman, both of them quite young, probably 17. The man is dead, and the woman is trapped under a support beam that's collapsed.
I shouldn't have rolled that 10, because you didn't even ask for a check to kick in the door. I
was gonna say, no, the doors are all really weak by this
okay.
point.
Well, I run over and I go to try and lift the beam.
Yeah, I'll let you use that 10 for that.
Okay. Yeah.
You lift the beam off of her, her leg is broken.
I'm gonna, like, pick her up and carry her out then.
Snake.
She's just sort of incoherently screaming, like reaching for her boyfriend or husband's dead body. But other than that, offers no words or protest.
Yeah.
Snake, can the name of this part, I don't know which part this is going to be when you upload this, it should just be Roderick, the claws of HEUGH!
You have to spell that one out.
Aaron
Alright.
knows what I'm talking about.
So,
I carry her out, and I feel
well,
this.
do you go to any other rooms while you have her, or do you just run out?
I run out. I'm doing this kind of one by
Okay.
one, seeing each person to safety rather than, trying to take on too much at once.
Part of the building, while you're outside, collapses. The sort of right wing of it. The left half, where, Roderick was, is still there, but the right wing, which had the staircase to the third floor, collapses. You hear several screams from that side of the building.
I just kind of curse under my breath, and then when I get outside, I look for Wilhelm.
Alright.
Hey,
Yeah,
Miles.
you don't see him there. You do notice that the door to the opposite building is open. But before that, let's cut back to what Wilhelm's been doing.
But we ran into the building, yeah?
Yeah. And
Oh,
so
that's good.
you're chasing that person, that cultist.
Well, I'm just like looking around. Okay, this was not a good idea. I should probably just... Actually, is there like a window or something?
I mean, maybe not really. You're just sort of in an empty room at this point. There are a few like supplies in one corner, and the cultist. He's not running from you, but he's charging to attack someone in this building.
Well, is there a way out?
Out the door you entered.
Well, I'm just like, screw this!
Alright,
Just-
before you even can do that, just all of a sudden, someone bursts from the shadows and stabs that cultist through, just rends him.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, this is someone dressed in sort of black dark brown cloth wrapped around them. Not quite ninja gear, but not quite robes, somewhere in between. And he, pushes the person down. He notes that you were attacking him and says, "You fight the order." Or asks, "You fight the order."
I fight whoever stands in my way and who I'm paid to kill.
He sort of laughs and, "I hear you, brother. These are tough times, and we must all do what we must."
Yes.
I would appreciate your help, though, in fighting these demonic cultists. If you assist, I can offer you refuge and a way out of town.
Can you offer for 2 more?
I see why not, especially if they as well assist.
He sees
Well-
why not.
I don't see why not.
Well, and it's like there's no worries. They're not exactly the cults for they're friends.
And he
Actually,
says,
when you say cultists, are you talking about the order or are you talking about?
The order, of course. Who else would we talk about?
Well, good. Well then, I'm on board.
And he says, "Excellent." And he calls in more boys. Or no, then he says, "Follow me," and leads you up the stairs.
This is the second double.
Okay,
thing.
can I just say that at this point I have made my way back to this
Yeah,
sure.
It's taking them so long.
Yeah, like I was trying to subtly warn you, like
Yeah.
stuff's gonna happen here.
Yeah,
Alright.
alright, so right now I'm looking at the burning building, and Roderick and Wilhelm are nowhere to be found. I'm just on the main street right now.
Wilhelm is like regretting that he's doing it, but he's following him.
Alright, so just kind of just seeing like the chaos going on right now, I just kind of yell out, "Roderick!"
At this point, have I like just? Is this where I'm still looking for Wilhelm, like out on the street?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
you're on the
probably.
street too?
Yeah, I just exited the building. Alright, so let's say you got to the main street, you just see me like run out of the burning building with a woman in my arms, I like put her down on the ground a safe distance from the building, and then just as I'm about to I'm turning to look around, then I'm about to run back in, and you yell for me.
Like, oh, there you are.
Oh, here I am. Have you not noticed the burning building?
I was just about to ask about that. What the hell is going on?
There was an attack from the other rooftop.
No. Before you answer, we have to cut back to Wilhelm, and because Wilhelm still is a bit behind you guys. Now, Wilhelm, you enter the sort of mobile command center of these people. There are other people in these robes. You can hear footsteps from directly above you, which you
Wait,
believe
am
to
I
be
still in the burning building? Was like run up
No.
and-
You're in the one across from it, where people
Okay,
are
cool.
throwing stuff at. In this room, there are more people dressed in similar dark brown garb, and there are 2 people, 2 men, I'm gonna say, both fairly hairy, one muscular, one fatter, covered in this sort of brown body paint, and they appear to be giving the orders here.
All Willem just kind of says, not really under his breath, like, "Great, more weirdos."
Alright, now these 2 say, look at you quizzically, and the person who's vouching for you says, "Don't worry, he fights the order as well. He's a good friend of mine." And then they just sort of nod, accepting this.
Willem,
They have-
Willem looks good friend. Yes, sure, yes.
that most of them carry large swords and axes and say, "Your timing is impeccable. We're about to make a charge. The building has collapsed and they must escape. The only way out is through that hallway, and we will create a choke point there. We will finally bring an end to these heathens," and immediately start charging down, screaming.
Sure, I would like to rendezvous with my team. Yes, my party, so to speak. So,
No one really pays attention to you, but you just sort of get pulled along by the current of the charge.
oh god.
So cut back to Roderick and the White Mask. White Mask asks what the hell is going on, and at that moment the wall sort of bursts open of the nearby building, and a bunch of people in dark brown clothes and leather armor, along with Wilhelm, burst out screaming.
Willem isn't really screaming, he's just kind of jumping.
Hold on, so they
kind of
burst out,
jogging.
like, what, near Main Street? Where we are?
No, like in the back alley where you are.
Willem is
okay,
kind of
okay.
jogging. Willem is kind of jogging, going like,
Oh, okay.
"Yay, Charge.
It's like, what the hell is going on? Oh my god, so wait, hold on. I'm still in the purple robe.
Oh
Oh,
my god. You can totally say you took that off. Like I will.
Okay. Basically, I'm gonna say that I'm still in a purple robe, like as I hear them. But then when I see Wilhelm and other people who aren't cultists, I dramatically take off the purple robe to reveal my. And like in doing so, my mask is completely back on. I have my regular black attire on again.
Okay, they all like sort of come to a screeching halt and are clearly confused and all level their weapons at you.
I immediately vouch for him. No, that's not a cultist.
They all point their weapons at you as well.
Well,
And neither am I. I'm not a cultist.
Willem comes up. Oh, don't worry, he's not that kind of cultist, and that guy is there with me. They're with me.
The one who vouched for you said, "Oh yeah, he told me about them. They're good. They're fighting the Order with us."
I'm not really fighting the Order. The Order is fighting me.
Willem
An enemy as an Order is a friend of ours.
Willem is kind of leaning in with you guys, like turning away from the guys we're with. The guys in robes is like, guys, I think we're in deep shit. Just go along with it.
I can't abide by this. You're the Brotherhood of Life, I assume.
They said, "Aye, that be we." And then, before you can even ask more, they just sort of resume their charge into the building.
Do any of them recognize me?
No. I'm gonna say they're not paying enough attention to you.
Okay, alright, right.
Willem is whispering to Mask and Roderick that, like, we should probably just sneak out of town.
No, there's one last thing I need to do before we head off.
Oh my god, can we just say that in character, both Mask and Roderick answered no at the same time?
Yeah. Okay, I changed my answer to just no. And I'm not sure what you're about to do next, but I say no, and I run off after the charge. I'm trying to actually get ahead of them.
Yeah, I'm going with the charge as well. I'm following them.
All Willem is saying is like, I'm not getting paid enough for this.
So you enter the main room. They've all gone through the kitchen, and they're at the staircase, which is still intact. You see so far 3 cultists are dead, as are 2 brothers. So now there is a fight in the staircase. Most of the now of the 8 remaining 6 remaining brothers and the 2 leaders that came with you are there at the hallway, sort of attacking at the 5 cultists who are now there.
Do I see Freddy?
No, you do not see Freddy yet.
Because that's who I'm after right now.
Yeah.
So actually, over the Dinner of Chaos, I actually yell out his name, kind of uncaring what either side thinks of that.
What tone do you yell it with?
Kind of anger and concern.
Okay. So, at this point the fighting goes on, you see the Brotherhood, the cultists are mostly very shaken, or the Order members are very shaken, and the brothers seem to be winning. When there are only 3 cultists left in the staircase, you see Freddy round the bend in the staircase, on fire, bellowing in rage, with a mace in his hand. He clubs 3 brothers to death, killing them in the head, killing them all instantly.
Oh god. Do any of the cultists notice me?
None of the... No, not quite yet. They're a bit... I mean, there's, at this point, Freddy and 3 cultists remaining.
Right.
I'm just, like, yell over the combat, Freddy, you've got to surrender the building! It's going to collapse!
Freddy looks at you with just pure rage in his eyes, and then he screams, "The power of my god does not allow defeat."
While he's bellowing this, I'd like to stab him in the stomach.
You're far away from him. You'd have to get to him.
And besides, I've got an idea. I've got an idea. Trust me.
Okay,
Okay, but before that, Freddy's eyes glow with an energy even brighter than the fire that engulfs him, and a circle similar to the one that you saw at the church, like almost a complete replica of the stained glass window, appears sort of in front of his face, and a blast shoots from it. 1 second. Let's see. 3, 5. Alright, he kills, oh my god, all but one of the brothers, except for the leader who is there. So yeah, holy shit.
Damn.
Now
Fuck.
it is just the leader and Freddy. Two of the cultists that were behind Freddy, just sort of mysteriously collapse, and there's one more who's still alive.
Like, while that happens, I just kind of, like, throw my shield up in front of my face, like, barely squinting past it. I see, like, a laser of sorts pass over me, and everyone collapses.
Okay, just to set the scene a bit, I guess I'm on the right outside of the building looking in, and I look away from the light, covering my eyes with my arm.
Alright. I mean, you guys weren't in the blast zone for this,
Okay,
but
yeah.
Freddy sort of then tackles the brother leader.
Is he, like, at the top of the stairs, like, at the very top, and they're fighting upwards
Sort of
against him?
No, sort of halfway down, and he just dove off of the stairs to tackle the person on the ground floor.
Okay, so...
Are they wrestling now?
Yeah, they're on the ground wrestling. Freddy's on fire.
Okay, I'd like to...
There's also the one other cultist who also charges you guys.
I'd like to stab that cultist in the stomach.
Roll it.
Alright. Dexterity.
Wilhelm is very confused by this.
It is a precise weapon.
Okay, roll your damage. Ooh, alright, yeah, but then the cultist in turn attacks you. Take, ooh, wow, 4 damage.
Okay.
They're clinging on to life.
Right.
As for Freddy, I'm gonna spend another Valor.
Okay.
You could tell me to stop doing this if this is kind of like taking it a bit too far with the an obvious and intimidating display of divine authority. But basically, my sword glows with light, and I just basically like strike him with the blunt end, and the fire extinguishes, just dissipates.
Okay, Freddy sort of is knocked back, shocked by this.
And
I
when-
say before, and he just sort of looks at you in sort of revulsion and horror and disgust.
I then just like, when he like backs up his finger, I just like put the blade to his throat and said, "My God, just saved your life. Do not make me take that back."
Before anything more can happen, the person who Freddy had tackled, the leader of the brother, the topless man, muscly figure, rises up, then just reaches out his hand towards Freddy. It's not touching him, but he's reaching towards him. Then there is a pulsation through the air. It feels just like you've been physically hit on every single atom of your being, pushing you back softly. And Freddy appears in just unimaginable pain. He's lifted off the ground, and you hear a bizarre twisting noise from inside of him. All of a sudden, his body crunches together inside of his robes in a red spray, and then blasts across the room, painting everything in blood.
Okay, so by the way, at this point, is my sword still stuck in the guy? Is it still in the guy's stomach?
Yes, it is.
And he's damaging me somehow. Can I just push it in more and deal damage?
Yeah.
Again? Nice. Oh, maximum.
Yep. And yeah, he dies instantly. He just, like,
Okay.
bleeds out and collapses.
Alright, I pull my sword out and I look over to what just happened.
I'm covered in red spray and just in shock. I just tried to save his fucking life, so I turn and look at him, and I just yell, "What did you do?"
I have made the world just a bit safer. That thing I just killed, Freddy, was a monster. I've rarely seen any so evil as he. The attack he used to slaughter my men, my good men, he sacrificed the life of his own 2 men to do that. I can't imagine how many innocents have died because of him. And then he says, "Come, you have all done well and proven yourself true heroes. It is time we make our escape before the forces of the Order descend upon us," and starts to lead you out the back of the building.
We probably have some notes to compare, so it's best that we get out of here.
Wilhelm just out loud like,
And I am just kind of casually following while wiping my sword clean. And is Roderick still in a daze? What just happened?
Yeah, like, I do follow him, but this, like, I'm kind of walking with this angered look on my face. I do sheathe my sword, but I'm still holding my shield quite tightly in the other hand.
I kind of look to Roderick and I say, "Get used to it. Mercy's not so in fashion in religion anymore."
Well,
I aim to change that.
The brother leader, who has not introduced himself yet, meets up outside. The fat leader is there with a few other men, and waiting for you are several large transport caravans used to normally ship goods to and from the ships at this dock. And he indicates that you get aboard it.
I
With
go
him.
aboard without question.
Yeah, I kind of like sit across. You say mercy isn't so in fashion these days. A religion without mercy is a cowardly religion.
And then, at this point, the leader agrees with you. Aye, you are a true spirited one. These cultists of the Order, they are cold and impassioned. They sacrifice innocence for no reason. They seek to extinguish our humanity and replace it with only a cold, impassionate distance from each other.
You burned a building filled with innocents to kill several men.
Innocence? Do you have any idea? I knew exactly every person in that building. 9/10 of them were members of the Order. There were 3 people who were not official members, and they still followed the Order. They still attended their church meetings. They still believed in them.
So you
It was
burned them.
regrettable that they died, but they would not have turned, and in the last moments would have allied themselves with the cult.
I disagree with you. I could have turned them. I saved their lives so that one day they might see it.
The leader walks up to you, puts his hand on his shoulder, and says, You truly have a good heart, and I envy you. But
I don't want those words coming from you.
And he puts his hand on your shoulder, and he says, I understand. But there is much you do not understand about us and our ways.
Well then,
Norm-
we'd better compare notes, don't you think? I imagine your attack actually came with some convenient timing for me. You see, I believe the Order has mistaken me for someone they are quite afraid of, and they attacked me in the middle of the night. It is through the confusion caused by your attack that I've regrouped with my compatriots.
I'm in way too deep.
Alright, you note the cart is being loaded onto a ship, which is quickly being packed and set sail.
If any of what I've said interests you, I have a few theories, if you'd like to hear them.
Who are you offering this to?
I'm offering it to the leader.
Oh, okay. He doesn't really say anything. He just sort of looks at you.
Okay, so I turned to Roderick. You asked me once who I was,
Yes.
and I told you that you will know me as the White Mask.
That I still do.
Yes. Well, it wasn't. Well, believe me, that wasn't just me avoiding a question. There's a reason I'm referred to as such. You see, I have some mystical properties about me. There's these. I can't really tell you why, but for some reason, I am always mistaken for some great hero.
Didn't fool me for an instant.
I don't mean in a general sense. I mean
Nice,
for someone.
nice.
I mean someone else specifically.
Right.
Yes, I noticed it when I walk. It happens without fail in every populace I enter. I noticed, and I suspect that definitely happened when I entered this town. Most people receive me with great positivity, but these people, you may have noticed, but they were looking at me with very, very suspicious eyes. Hushed whispers. Hushed whispers. I believe I may have been some hero to the town that existed before the Order came in. The Order may feel threatened not only by who that person is, but by what that person represents.
And
It is
the
for-
leader just... Oh, go ahead.
It's for that reason that they attempted to kill me in the middle of the night and assuage you to their side.
I suppose then we're allies by fate.
Yep. As long as we're in this land, I would suspect that the Order is going to have quite an interest in us wherever we go.
I turn and look, and I do say to the leader of the Brotherhood, I'm not going to pretend I like your faith, as much as I dislike the others, but you have me as an ally for now. The moment...
That's something I should clarify to you. He's not the leader of the Brotherhood, he was the leader of that raid party.
Okay, well, point stands is what I'm saying to him. You have me as an ally for as long as they still breathe. But just know that I do not much like your order either.
He puts his hand on your shoulder again and says, I understand why you say that. And know if you had said the same to the Order of Tomorrow, they would not receive you with the same warm welcome. There is much you do not know of our religion. I suppose now is as good a time to discuss it as either. We worship the earth, where we came from. We believe in our heritage. We believe in humanity. We believe in our goodwill towards each other. We believe that what makes us strong is our emotion, our connection to each other. The Order would have us destroy all that makes us human, all that gives us joy, all that gives us pleasure, to achieve some imaginary goal. But our day is soon upon us. Our God, the Great One who lies beneath the surface, the one from which all life has descended, he is coming back to purge those who have strayed from his ways. We are simply preparing the world for him and trying to eliminate the Order before he arises, because his mercy will be far less than ours.
I just gotta think to myself, well, I guess that means I'm getting a bad one in this religion.
Then at one point, he says, we are headed to our nearest holdout, Bighorn Haven. You will be safe there for now. If you wish to stay with us, we will certainly welcome your help. Otherwise, we will offer you transportation to another nearby town. Then he calls to the captain, Sanchez, get over here. Sanchez approaches, captain of this ship. This man will see you to your rooms. Please, please, take comfort and peace in the night. I understand we got off on the wrong foot, but I hope this can be remedied in the future. And then he walks away to deal with his men.
So what do you make of him?
I mistrust him as much as anyone else I've met in this country so far.
Does that include Wilhelm and I?
I met you on the boat. And while I can't claim to trust you either, I'll give you a stone's throw more than anyone else I've met so far today.
Captain Sanchez, before he says anything to you guys, so doesn't say anything, and looks up at the sky, peering into it for some reason. There are many stars about, and you yourselves, as he's looking up in the sky, all have the somewhat peculiar judgmental feeling taking place upon you. Then he looks back at you and says, you have done well. Times are going to be changing, and many people are incorrect, but you have shown that you truly are destined to bring greatness to this land.
Yeah, I don't care. That's all fine and dandy. When do I get paid?
And he sort of looks confused and for a moment, then says, right, your rooms. Let me show you to your rooms.
I think you meant gold.
And he says,
Willem just doing that, Snake, the moment, the thing your GTA 5 character did, Josh?
Yeah.
Willem just doing that, like, Josh.
You're right about one thing. Change is on the way.
At least it's...
So, shall we do end of session now?
Yeah,
okay.
Sure. Yeah.
That's full. Sure.
Solid.
Oh, well, where's the end of session rules?
So yeah, Chavez begins to lead you to your rooms as the midnight is night. The moon is bright and the stars twinkle. There is still a peculiar feeling in the air, but not like there once was. The Order is mad at you, and you are temporarily in the Brotherhood's favor, but both of them, you can tell, have greatly ulterior motives beyond what you currently understand, and there's still more to this land than you've yet to see.
Oh boy.
Would have been the last years of the 19th century. As someone with a microscope studies creatures that swarm and multiply in drop water.
Did you not type during this?
Oh, sorry.
Right, you typed during this before I get copyright
Yeah.
struck.
No, yeah. Now, I mean, like, you can edit this out of the video when you upload it, but this was just important for me to storytelling and whatnot.
Turn off the goddamn music, Wilhelm shouted.
No, someone's just having sci-fi movie night. Around the phone.
Wilhelm just walks past the projector and goes, "It's not a good, it's not a good beckoning father movie."
Oh.
Excuse me. Wow.
Alright, so yeah, end of session.
Okay.
I guess should we start with alignment, or
Sure, yeah.
who wants to go first?
Make a living, claim a bounty for your work. Well, I'm trying to. I've been trying to goddamn claim bounties for my work, but nobody's paid me. Should I get an EXP for that? Or is it like...
You haven't done any proper bounties yet.
Okay, never mind then. Then I haven't. Well, I've tried to make a living. But, you know, people here are stingy with money.
Do you think I should mark an XP for inevitable betrayal for pretending to be a cultist and fucking them, running them around? Alright, nice.
Mine is endanger yourself to protect someone weaker than you. I definitely think I achieved that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
Okay. Bonds?
Oh yeah, we gotta make up bonds.
Yeah, I wrote down bonds. I don't know if you guys.
Okay.
I haven't made bonds yet.
I have a few bonds. Okay, I owe 10 gold to Roderick. The white mask owes me 10 gold. That is a good bond, I feel.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make one right now.
I have. Wait, let me write down my bond. I didn't say my bonds. Since you're writing down yours. My bonds are: Roderick is one of the few earnest men of faith I've ever met on my travels. And my second one is Wilhelm doesn't ask enough questions.
Wilhelm doesn't care. Actually, should I just fuck it? That seems to be my character so far. He's just with you because he either owes or you owe him.
He's actually just incredibly.
Maybe that is what everything is going to be.
Okay, well, I can't resolve these bonds because I just made them, but this is White Mask is perhaps the most trustworthy man I know in this country, but I disagree with his methods. And as
What methods do you disagree with?
trickery, not being upfront with people, basically he doesn't like Roderick is very forthright.
Yeah.
Right.
He doesn't like deception in doing things. He doesn't, and basically on a philosophical level, the two will not meet eye to eye. But basically, he does respect you. He just dislikes the way you do things.
Right.
And as for Wilhelm is blind in many aspects of life. Yet he must be one of my converts. He could be great service with direction.
Give me the money, goddammit.
You need to see more than money.
Actually, bonds. Oh god, actually, I have other. Actually, how many bonds could you have? Was it just one per?
No, it was as many as needed to be. Like as many.
Fuck it, I'm adding those money things that's just bonds, but they're like extra bond. Cop.
Very literal bonds.
Yeah.
But are you also adding actual thoughts on the other characters?
Yeah. I have like one. Roderick. Let's see now. Roderick is a naive religious type. Actually, what the fuck could that mean? Roderick is a naive religious type, but at least he's reliable. White mask, white mask. What do I actually have for white mask? White mask.
Yeah, white flag, white flag.
White mask is a man of many words, none of them trustworthy.
So one of us finds you trustworthy, the other doesn't. I think it's fitting that the naive religious guy finds you trustworthy.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, out of character, I am expecting betrayal at some point, but I'm going to play Roderick pretty much as I have been. The sight needs to change.
Yeah, that's my bonds.
I don't think anyone leveled up.
Well, actually, let's do this first. There's 3 more questions that need to be asked before.
Yeah.
Well, we did learn something interesting about the world.
Yeah.
Just by virtue of being introduced to it.
I'm just trying to find what page has.
There's also, did you loot a valuable treasure, which we didn't.
Did you overcome a notable monster or enemy? I'm gonna go ahead and say no, you didn't. You just were sort of there when 2 people fought and, like, didn't get killed.
Okay.
Wait,
I am gonna say,
Huh?
if you
Sorry.
guys had fought Roderick or the leader at this point, or Frederick, not Rod. If you guys had fought Freddy, you probably would have died.
Oh, goody.
Jinkies.
I saved his fucking life.
Fighting
Oh,
a
that
plump
was what-
man, I doubt
You made him die faster.
I mean, that was
You
unintended,
stunned
though.
him. Yeah, but I mean,
It wasn't intended to stun, it was intended to put the fire out
Yeah.
to save him.
But I mean, he had, he had his god was keeping
Alright.
him alive through the pain of the fire.
Eric,
But-
I hope.
I wasn't
Frederick-
unaware of that.
I hope Frederick is not actually dead and he shows up again and he set a trap for us. Hope we find his magazines about traps.
No, yeah, I had several. You met several characters I had already created before, and several ones that are new additions. I find it interesting which people you like barely met and which ones got way more screen time than I expected.
Well, that's the way of a role playing.
No, yeah, but I really enjoy that. I mean, that's how I've set the whole thing up. Like,
Who got
the
more
reason,
screen time than expected?
I didn't expect Frederick to get quite as much as he got. Abigail actually got I didn't think you would talk to her quite as much as you did. I actually really didn't think you'd go in that building first. I was hoping you would. I'm really glad how that came out. That came out how I hoped, but not how I expected.
Right.
Oh, Abigail was the first person you talked to when you first got
okay.
up. I don't think you learned her name. Yeah.
The clerk, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't level up, even though I'm getting
Yeah.
1 more XP just for playing, but
Yeah.
I'm on 7 of 8.
Eric didn't say that.
Yeah.
I know, but I
I'm
know
not-
that's how
I'm
it
not-
ends.
That's Austin's thing. That's actually not in the
It isn't?
account thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do we get an XP for showing up?
Yeah, because you didn't even. This was like the tutorial one. This was the test. This was the establishment of
Yeah,
characters.
I'm at 5 out of 8.
I feel that should still be a thing.
Yeah. No, like this started out. The party was really sort of awkward.
That's kind of every
Shit,
beginning,
wait,
though, when
one
everyone's kind of feeling their
Was I-
characters
but-
out.
Sorry, my mic was off.
I'll
Anyways,
stop recording now.
Yeah.